How's it going, my cheesy fam, and welcome to a different type of video today. We are going to be rating every single WrestleMania 40 match in your list right here. First time I've ever tried one of these videos, so if you like the new type of content, just stick around, leave a like, leave a comment down below if you have any ideas of any type of content you might want to see on the channel. And as always, smack the that subscribe button. Let's get straight into the video. Alright, so up first, we're going in order, chronological order of every single match, as you can see there. Here. So up first, we have Becky versus Rhea Ripley for the World Heavyweight Women's Championship, I believe. The first match of night 1 of WrestleMania 40. And I feel like it was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. Nothing too crazy happened. There wasn't too much story build up with it, so, you know, it was... I still feel like it was alright, but I'm also a big simp for Rhea Ripley. I fucking love Rhea Ripley. I also like Becky. Becky's pretty decent. So, it wasn't bad. There was nothing inherently wrong with the match. It was just also nothing too absolutely crazy. So I think it's actually a perfect contender for middle of the road. B tier. Fairly decent. Alright, and then our next match, we have the ladder match for the 2 tag titles, the Raw and SmackDown titles. I mean, honestly, it was actually pretty decent. Like, going into it, you kind of like, I don't really care. There's not really any story. It's kind of just a match to throw in. You know, some titles got to be defended, right? So it's like, it kind of felt like it was just kind of a throw-in. But, so you, like, have low expectations, but it actually ended up pretty decent. They're like, everyone honestly got their cool spots. Everyone had their good moments. And oh, I should probably say who won the matches. So for Rhea and Becky, Rhea did retain. So, and I think that was the good decision. And then for the tag match, what was it? Grayson Waller and Austin Theory took the SmackDown title. They tried to get the Raw titles, but then got fucked up a little. And then Awesome Truth came with the Raw titles, which is good. I do agree with that. I think it's pretty good. Is it on par, better, or worse than Rhea and Becky? Honestly, I would say it was slightly better. But not better enough to be in A tier. I'll say it's above this, but still in B tier. Alright. And then the next match, we have Andrade and Rey Mysterio versus Santo Escobar and Dirty Dom Dom. And honestly, this one, it was like okay. I don't think it was like super great. I didn't really care about the story that went into it. I thought it was kind of but they did pretty good. There wasn't really anything that went inherently wrong with the match. It was a solid match. I think the ending, like, throughout the whole match, it was like okay, but then the ending was kind of like a little weird. I mean, they had like what, Jason Kelsey and some other fucking guy come out in luchador masks, fucking ripped their shirts off and helped Ray fucking win. I thought it was like kind of meh. It wasn't absolutely great, but it wasn't absolutely wrong with it. But I think because the ending was a little weird and the story wasn't all there, I would say it'd be our first C tier. And yeah, Rey Mysterio and Andrade won. Alright, and then our next match, we got Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Now, there was actually a decent amount of hype that went into it, obviously. Brother versus brother. Yeet versus no yeet. And I do like Jey Uso. But this was the match that I've seen everyone complain about. Because it's honestly kind of valid. It was basically just a super kick fucking... Super kick. Who can do a super kick better? It was like, meh. The story going into it was okay. But the match itself was kind of like... It was literally just... Jay does a super kick. Jimmy does a super kick. Jay does a super kick. Jimmy does a super kick. There was only like one good moment where Jimmy basically is like took a fucking fuck ton of fucking super kicks, and he was on his knees begging Jay, "Oh please don't, man, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I'm sorry." And Jay actually, like, you could see him, like, hesitating. He was like, God, this motherfucker's a bitch. I really should just finish it, but he's also my brother. And I did like how the match started, you know, with the little video, because most of these matches, they'll play, like, a little video explaining everything that happened. And I thought the video was great. You know, it showed them, you know, how they were brothers and all that, yada, 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 and now they hate each other. But the match itself was just lackluster. It was just hella lackluster, so I would say it was arguably the worst match of probably the entirety of WrestleMania. And Jay won that. Alright, now we have Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control, members of Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. I'm gonna be honest, didn't really care for this match. Didn't really care. Literally, while I was watching it, a man's Soggy Nugget, aka Big Papa, that I was watching with, actually fell asleep during this match. I didn't fall asleep during any of the matches, because, you know, this was actually my first ever WrestleMania that I actually got to watch live in person. It was a pretty fun time. But I didn't really care for it. I really didn't. But it was actually pretty decent. Story-wise, I didn't know shit. Like, I know who Jade Cargill was, and this was basically just her match. You know, basically, they were just like, oh, we really gotta get Jade in, so, and then they would beat each other up, blah, blah, blah. And then when Jade finally came in, she deadass just stomped on fucking all of them. So I thought that was cool. It made her look really strong and really powerful. So, like, that was good. Like, the match itself was actually pretty good, you know. They were doing decent shit. They were doing alright. They were doing a couple of decent spots. I wouldn't say it was complete ass, because the match itself was still pretty. Story-wise, it was kind of meh. Is it better than the Rey Mysterio match, though? I would say they're about the same, honestly. Can't really put one above the other. So, yeah, honestly, C tier. Yeah, I'll go with that. And then our next match. Oh, by the way, won this? Of course, it was Jade Cargill. And Bianca Belair won that. So, yeah. Now, our next match. IC defending Gunther, the Ring General, versus Sami Zayn. And it was pretty good. It was actually pretty fucking good. I think how it started was great. The whole match was great. And then it ended pretty great. It was a really fucking solid match. And honestly, everyone expected Gunther to. Everyone fucking expected Gunther to. But then, you know, how it started, you know, Sammy, you know, talking to his family. He was like, I don't want my son to watch this because, you know, he's going to go fucking psycho. And he's talking to Chatty Daddy. Then Kevin was like, hey, you got this, bro. Fucking smacking his chest, getting him fucking hyped up. It was good. It made you want Sammy to win. It made you hype for him. He was the good guy going into it. You want the good guy to win. And I think they did a really good job at doing that. And then throughout the whole match, Sammy was just getting his ass beat. Chop after chop, clothesline, lariat, powerbomb after powerbomb. Sammy just kept fucking kicking out. He kept fucking kicking out. He kept having that will to keep going on and on and on. And then Gunther was fucking getting all fucking riled up. So he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna play mental warfare. I'm gonna fucking dog on his wife who was just, like, on the ringside. And eventually you just see Sammy start fucking tweaking. He's like, and then eventually he just starts whooping fucking Gunther. It was really cool. It was really nice. It was actually a really good match. Good story. Good match. Good ending, good start, very solid. Very solid. I would say it's arguably our first A tier. Very good match. And if you don't know, Sammy actually became our new IC champion. Alright, and then our last match of night 1 of WrestleMania is the biggest tag match of all WrestleMania. We got the motherfucking Seth fucking Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Rollins and The Rock. Now, I will admit, this match was a very slow burner. It was very slow starting. It was almost to the point where it was almost boring. Almost boring. But then it finally starts kicking up in the end. And it was great. It was great. It was actually pretty decent. But I think just because of how slow it was. Like, I'm okay with slow building. But it was just so slow. No one really seemed to do anything. And they tried to recreate the fucking stare down. I thought it was kind of cool at first, but they did it just a tad too. Just a tad too long. It kind of seemed like it dragged a little bit. But it was was still good. It was still really, really good. And then of course we wanted Cody to win because I'm a Cody crybaby all fucking day, but I still acknowledge my tribal chief a daily. Acknowledge your tribal chief every day. But Roman and The Rock did eventually pick up this win because Rock fucking smacked the shit out of Cody right on the ass when he was trying to hit a crossroads. I would say it was a decent way to end night one. Do I think it's A tier though? No. I think just because of how slow it was almost boring. I think it definitely deserves the top of B, but not A. Not A. I think you could maybe make an argument to move up to A, but as it stands right now, I'm going to say B. Roman and Rock did win it. I'd say it was a B. Alright, and now heading into WrestleMania Night 2. Our first match is the champion of the heavyweight title, Seth frickin' Rollins, versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, the whole build-up was just the devious motherfucker. He was just talking all that shit. Especially on CM Punk, which, by the way, CM Punk was a special guest commentator on it, and I think it was such a really smart idea. You had to incorporate CM Punk somehow because of how much they built Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. You had to include him somehow or some way. And the match itself was mostly a finisher fest, but it was a good finisher fest. Like, it was a lot of Drew fucking hitting a fucking Claymore. And I think he hit a lot of fucking good Claymores. Like, at the start, literally match starts, like, first couple seconds, Drew immediately fucking hits him with a Claymore. And you're like, holy shit, this actually gonna be like a 6-second fucking match? You're like, god damn, bro, that's fucking crazy. Drew actually was kind of kicking Seth's ass. But it was mainly because of this match where Seth got beat the fuck up. Like, these two got beat the fuck up, and they built it to where, like, they got beat the fuck up, and you could tell Seth was hurting. Seth was hurting during this whole match. I think that is the reason why, unfortunately, Seth did lose this match. Drew McIntyre did beat Seth Rollins, and did win the title. But, and also a great moment that this happened, Drew McIntyre, I think somehow they were both outside the ring. I don't remember specifically how, but Drew McIntyre actually grabbed his wife's phone and made a legit tweet. I might put an image right up here on screen for you while editing this. He literally tweeted out, "Bored at work." I think that's funny. I love the heel direction they're going with Drew McIntyre. I think it's great. You genuinely despise this guy. Fucking ass. But as Drew was celebrating, he actually goes to the announcement table, talks shit on CM Punk. He's like, take a picture of this. I want to hang this up on my fucking wall. And then CM Punk's like, nah, fuck that. Bam! Fucking smacks on him, takes off his arm brace, and fucking beats fucking Drew down with it. And then Damian Priest finally read the instructions of how to do a fucking cash-in. And he cashes in on Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was only the World Heavyweight Champion for like 5 minutes. I think it's great. I think it's like fucking awesome way to start night 2. It was fucking hype as shit. I think very spot. I think honestly it was better than this match. Well, yeah, no. I would say it's better just because the ending was fucking wild. I think it was awesome. Just great. All right. Now our next match is the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross and these. I'm gonna be honest, I don't. But yeah, this was like the one match I really did not give a shit about. I'm pretty sure it's basically like this match, but where you just don't fucking really care. Yeah, it was a really good match. Like, actually, like, super solid match. Bunch of great spots. They were doing a bunch of crazy shit. I mean, Scarlett literally went through a fucking table. It was fucking awesome. It was a really good match. You're like, damn, okay. They was going crazy. They was going good. But it might have had story, but I didn't know. And Bobby Lashley and Street Profits. I would say it's a good B. But where in the B? It was almost the same as this match, but I actually care a little more. I think right there is fine. I think bottom tier B is a good spot for it. Yeah. And our next match is LA Knight, yeah, versus AJ Styles. Very semi-decent build-up. Like, they had a lot of, you could tell these guys generally hated each other, but I don't remember specifically why. I mean, I know AJ did attack LA Knight and made him basically lose that match, so obviously that was the main reason why, but otherwise, kind of a basic story, but it works. It works. You could tell these guys generally didn't really fucking like each other. So obviously, they went into the match wanting to fucking beat the shit out of each other. But I feel like if you did want to go that way, you should have made the stipulation like an Extreme Rules or, a no holds bar, something like that. But it was just a normal one-on-one. So it's like, this match could have been really fucking good. Really solid. This could have been a like A tier. Which I think it might be an A tier. It might. I don't think it's A tier. But it was still really good. Guys did really good. These two are very, very solid in-ring workers. AJ obviously being a long-time guy. He works. And LA Knight is pretty solid. So yeah, I think it was overall just a really solid match. Obviously, me wanting the LA Knight to win, he won it. LA Knight did win. Yeah, not really much to say. It was kind of just a normal, solid match. I would say it's like middle tier B. And then our next match is Logan Paul defending his title in a triple threat match versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And story-wise, I would say it's really good. They built out that, Logan is a piece of shit, a really good heel, so, and Randy and Kevin both didn't like each other, so, but for a match, they basically just made it so it was like Kevin and Randy versus Logan Paul in a 2-on-1 handy. That was basically what it was at the very start of the match. And then obviously, it being a triple threat, actually Randy went for a pin while Kevin was watching. He's like, hey, yo, hold on. Only one of us can win. And he's like, well, you want to do this now? They're like, all right, bet. And then they start fucking wailing on each other. But yeah, at the start, it was basically a 2-on-1 handicap. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton were beating the fuck out of Logan. And then eventually it turned into an actual triple threat. And Logan did his normal shenanigans, being devious. And he was like, nah, you two fight and shit, that type of thing. And then, of course, he eventually had to pull out the brass knuckles. And he actually knocked Randy out. But Randy actually ended up kicking out, which is actually really cool to see. Because we've seen that most of the time the brass knuckle punch actually knocks guys out, like, flat. But, no, he actually kicked out. And I would say these guys are really good at what they do. Logan continues to show that he's a great in-ring worker. He's actually super great, super solid. A lot of people say that Logan doesn't deserve to be WWE, but honestly, I think he actually does. I did say in the predictions when we were watching this, I did say that Logan was going to retain. And he did, but I low-key wanted either or to win. I think Kevin Owens probably should have won it. Just because of, they did the same thing with Sammy in this match. Where he was, like, coming into the ring, and then Sammy's like, now it's your turn, man. He was hyping him up, being his hype man, because they're buddies, they're buddies. So, honestly, I thought they were going to go with Kevin, but Logan did end up retaining. But yeah, lots of great spots, very solid match, decent storytelling, decent ending. I would say it's, I low-key kind of want to put it in A. Like, kind of low-key want to put it in it. Honestly, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to put this match in A. Our next match is Io Sky defending her WWE Women's Championship against Bayley. Great story, build up, Io and, the rest of Damage Control eventually turning on Bayley. And then, Bayley being like, what the fuck, you guys were my friends. Because, as you know, she built Damage Control. For a good while, they were building up, being friends, and then eventually, they all turn on her very slowly, one by one. So I thought it was a very good story. Very nice story. Made Bayley look like the good guy, which I believe they are actually kind of turning her into a face, which I think is good. I think we've seen heel Bayley for a long time. She's really good at being heel, but I think she can kind of play the same character as a face, too. Because we were all rooting for Bayley. I mean, low-key, I'm prejudiced because, I love Bayley. Fucking awesome. Good, solid fucking match. No really bad any times. There's not really any bad spots. It didn't feel really slow at all. I felt it was like a very solid pace. There's a lot of cool spots. There was one time where Bayley hit her with the rose plant, and Io basically no-sells that shit, does a fucking front flip, was like, yeah, motherfucker. And then Bailey immediately fucking clotheslines her ass. Like, it was great. Lots of great moments where they're both like reversing each other. And you know, that's good in-ring storytelling because, you know, they've worked together for so long. So it's like, it makes sense. They would know each other's move sets. So it's like, it's super great storytelling. Bailey eventually hits her with the last rose plant, which, by the way, Io sells like a motherfucker. She's like, fucking doing. And then Bailey eventually picks it up and is the new WWE World Champion. Women's World Champion. I'd say it's the right ending. Yeah, I would say this is definitely A tier. Almost S tier. Almost S tier. Mainly because I'd say this is like almost S. Almost. There wasn't too crazy like holy shit spots for it to be S tier, but it was like a super solid classic match. So I'd say it definitely deserves top A. Alright, and then final match of the night. Our final ranking, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Holy fuck, guys. I mean, I don't even have to say it. It's S tier. It was the best match of the night and what solidified this WrestleMania as one of the best WrestleManias that I've ever known or seen of. I mean, obviously you had Cody and, you know, wanting to finish the story and Roman Reigns being the tribal chief. I mean, you had this story building for fucking years. Literal years. You had this story building up. Bloodline, Cody Rhodes fucking fighting his way through it all, you know, getting put out, you know, winning double back-to-back Royal Rumbles. You know, super great storytelling. It's slow burning storytelling, but that's that Triple H storytelling. You gotta let that motherfucker cook. You gotta let him cook, bro. You gotta. You just gotta. This was like super fucking intense. High octane all the way through. From start to finish, it is basically like super crazy. It's super crazy, and then it gets even more crazier towards the end. Like, it just, bro, I can't even explain. Like, this match is, like, it brought something out in me that I haven't had in a really long time, which it made me hype. Like, generally towards, like, the end, when you start getting into the crazy shit, which we're going to talk about in a minute, I was genuinely up on my feet, hooping and hollering, like, holy shit, that was fucking insane! Like, bro, this match awakened something in me that I haven't felt in a really long time. And I'm super grateful for WWE because holy shit, there's a reason why I've come back to it. Because growing up, I used to watch WWE all the fucking time. When I was a kid, loved watching it, and then, you know, as I grew up a little bit, kind of grew out of it. But then, I think Soggy Nugget again, Big Papa, we're getting me back into it. He got me back into it, and I'm super grateful for him too, because, you know, he was a guy that watched with me the whole time, the whole thing. So make sure you show you Soggy Nugget love, bro. Great man, hype man, best man's ever. So obviously at the start, you had them just both really solid working, going crazy, doing crazy things. Fucking both fucking going crazy, yeah. Even at some point, Roman Reigns hit Cody with his own finisher, the Crossroads, and Cody kicks out. He's like, man, this move can't finish nobody. And then he had Cody. Basically, he hit more spears than Roman did, which is fucking crazy. Like, they were going crazy. And then towards the end, when Cody was gonna go for the triple Crossroads, Jimmy came out first, super kicked him, told Roman, get up, you gotta pin him, and then Jay comes out, and then they have a crazy spot where Jay fucking spears Jimmy off the fucking a walk-up ramp onto some tables. Is like, damn. Like, that shit was wild. And, you know, they eventually get up. They tussle a little bit. Cody tries to go for it again. Triple Crossroads. And then Solo stops him. You know, Samoa spikes his ass. But then John fucking Cena comes out and fucking attitude adjustments fucking Solo. It's like, holy shit. Like, that's crazy. Fucking everyone's coming out to fucking save Cody. Everyone's wanting him to finish the fucking story. But then The Rock comes out. The final boss, the most electrifying man in all sports and entertainment comes out. And then they have this fucking stare down. And then eventually hits a rock bottom on John Cena. So John Cena's out. And then he pulls out the whip. And then is about to fucking whip the shit out of fucking Cody. And then you hear, boom. You're like, holy fuck, it's the fucking Undertaker. And this is the moment that got me fucking up on my feet. I'm like, holy fucking shit. They really brought out the Undertaker, who had been retired for years at this point. Fucking years. But even the Undertaker is on Cody's side. He wants him to fucking finish the story. So the lights go dark. Then he appears. The lights turn back on. Rock's like, oh shit, where the fuck is he? He fucking turns around. Boom! Choke slams his ass. Lights disappear. And then when the lights turn on, both Rock and Undertaker are gone. Then you realize there's no more Bloodline members left to save Roman. So then Cody, you see him struggling to get him back up for the Triple Crossroads. He's struggling. He's fucking tired, bro. They've both been beating the shit out of each other. He finally hits him. Third Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody fucking does it. He fucking does it. He finishes the fucking story and is the new champ. Finally putting an end to Roman Reigns' long reign. And it's fucking awesome. The whole crowd is going fucking crazy. I'm going fucking crazy. I'm like, yeah, let's go. He did it. He fucking did it. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it again. Holy fuck. Oh, it was... I'm so happy. It made me genuinely feel so much joy. And it is why it got the immediate ST. This is great. I would say this is arguably one of the, like I said, one of the best WrestleManias ever in the latest century. It's just awesome. There's only like real one match, Jay versus Jimmy match, that you could really complain about. It's like, eh. Other than that, they were at the very least solid and a great time. And it's why I wanted to make this ranking. I wanted to share my opinion about this because it's just such a great time. One of the best times I ever had in a long time. Wanted to share my opinion with you. But if you don't agree, or you agree, disagree, you want some changes, I want to know your opinion, guys. I really do want to know your opinions. I want to share and have arguments and dispute, you know. I want to know what you think. Do you think my tier list is valid? Think it's not valid? Let me know down in the comments. But I believe that's it. This is our final rankings of WrestleMania 40. And I hope you guys enjoyed. This is actually really fun to make. So, we're going to have to go ahead and end it here. So, if you liked, share, leave a comment down below about what you think or what you want to see. And as always, smack the fuck out that subscribe button. And we'll see y'all in the next one.